Okay, so we are now ready for Summer Tour, right? We're less than a week away. I know there was a little freak out over Fall Tour tickets the other day on my end, but thank everybody for their suggestions there. Kind of got that, all right, I panicked a little bit. No need for that. So thank everybody that suggested things, people that made me laugh, big thanks to Chuck for the donation, and just everything that helped out towards the cause. So let's not worry about that right now, because like I said, Summer Tour's just less than a week away. We're going to start out in Huntsville, Alabama. It seems like in more recent times, Alabama has been getting its share of shows, going all the way back somehow in 14 and 15. I made my way down there to Pelham and Tuscaloosa. So now Huntsville's getting 2 nights, and there's been other returns. And I would expect, I would definitely expect Sigma Oasis one of those 2 nights. That just seems like as one of the newest, it doesn't even seem new anymore, but newest type of songs. Sigma's probably going to get loaded out right off the bat. Free had its hot time, so maybe a little back off on Free, and then who knows from what else there. And if they end the night with Hood, then it's probably one of those nights. It's probably going to be a strong whatever we get here these first 2 nights, whether if it's just okay or if it really blows it up. The better you can expect from whatever you get from this show. You can expect more to come later on, it would seem. Unless just some rarity bust out. You're not going to get a whole lot of it. We get a ficus or something. Don't expect it to be a big summer for ficus. All right, so we need to move on beyond Huntsville. Although the tour openers, while not usually great performances, somewhat important in that sense. Sigma Oasis, I believe, was played really early on in the comeback. Hood is also Free. All those songs kind of played early in the comeback, I feel like, kind of made their way, even if it took them a while, all the way up to 2022. Kind of getting my years confused here a little bit. So then we move on to Alpharetta, Georgia. Sold out. Still tickets available for Huntsville. Plenty of tickets available this summer. Again, not the greatest prices. Some of them this platinum nonsense. But Dick's, MSG, is the second little mini Baker's Dozen going to flop here? Nah, the first one didn't really. A lot of those shows didn't sell out until the day of, week of. People were deciding, 2 or 3 nights in, people were scrambling, getting to New York, buying up the tickets, and eventually, if they didn't all 13 sell out, it was pretty close. So that's all the way towards the end, though. I don't know why we're talking about Dick's and MSG. I don't know why I'm sitting here pushing tickets for Phish. They're doing all right. So then after Alpharetta, the sold-out shows in Alpharetta, we move on to Wilmington, North Carolina. Perhaps we'll start to get recycled here a little bit. Maybe some things you got night 1 in Huntsville, you could get night 2 in North Carolina. If you're all the way down there in Huntsville, though, are you making it this trip all the way to North Carolina at Live Oak Park? So we'll see. They get 2 nights on July 18th and 19th. Alpharetta 3 nights, the 14th, 15th, and 16th. I don't know if I mentioned that. The 11th and 12th at Alpharetta. Daytime lightning bug. It always kind of spooks me out, man. It's like, is that like a daytime raccoon? That thing rabid? Probably not. It's probably just hanging out in the grass, and I somehow disturbed it here with my Phish Summer Tour preview 2023. All right, then we're going on to Star Lake in Burgettstown. Anytime I think of Star Lake, I just go back to the 03 show. Probably going to expect something nice here on July 21st, 22nd. By nice, I mean, something a bit of a rarity. Just a guess. I don't know, maybe not. But it feels like Star Lake. There's a little something sprinkled on there, A little stardust sprinkled on those shows, perhaps. And then only 1 night in Syracuse. Maybe they don't want to spend a lot of time in Syracuse. Maybe it was a booking thing. Maybe the dates at the Mann didn't quite line up. Only 2 nights there this year. So then July 23rd, we get the Syracuse show. And it's like, will that be a yay or an A? Will they be able to truly get fired up for 1 night? Or will they be like, hey, we're only here 1 night. This is Syracuse, New York. These people deserve a rager. Let's give them one, all right? Paige McConnell will certainly deliver in Syracuse. The guy pretty much delivers in every city, doesn't he? Fishman, though? Fishman's a big Buffalo and Albany guy. Syracuse, I don't know. We'll see. Guess we'll have to tune in that night and find out. All right, the 25th and the 26th, as I mentioned, that's when they're moving on to Philadelphia and the Mann. A lot of great shows there. Maybe not every summer, but when they're there, there's something's going on at the Mann. Kind of one of them venues. They got 8, 9, 10, maybe a dozen, a baker's dozen's worth of venues that it's like, all right, something special's always happening here. Several of them over there in that corner of the country. Sad for the people in like Nebraska. There are some Cornhuskers that are big fans too. Hung out with them at Wrigley Field. And then we get on to the big, I suppose, the main event this summer. Normally Dick's is like the main event. Perhaps it still is for some of you. Maybe you're like, MSG, whatever. Keep it out of my food. All right, so then we move on to Ashley Madison Square Garden, July 28th, 29th, and 30th. Then August 1st, 2nd, and the 4th and the 5th. So we're getting a couple of nights off here. And mainly, so I figure, I'm sure it'll be the same deal, I would think. Songs perhaps they played earlier in the summer. They'll be nice and primed and ready to go. But you'll get through those 7 shows with no repeats if you're planning on going all 7 nights. I'm sure some of you are. I assume. I know some people did all 13 nights last night. Certainly some of you nut butts are going to do all 7 nights this time. Unless you got big plans, unless you just got fired up for the Syracuse show and you're like, I'm headed to Colorado, man. Chomper City, USA, here I come. I mean, and I did not mean to just point at the crotchal region as I was saying, here I come. Total coincidence. That's a little awkward. I saw it here in my own camera. Yeah, we're deep into this video. Hopefully you didn't make it. Maybe you probably didn't even make it here. The analytics would say like 54% of you didn't even make it this far. So then we're in Colorado on August 31st. I don't know why we say we. I'm never there. What is it, 12, 13 years now? I was close to going, and that whole plague thing started, Those damn marmots or whatever they are out there carry the plague still. I was like, I am out. Little did I know, a year later. Not even a year later. So then August 31st, September 1, 2, and 3, no nights off. No nights off needed. The Bill Belichick attitude, no nights off. We are the Phish. We're ending the summer strong. I would definitely think the MSG run's going to be outstanding. Perhaps the Mann, maybe the second night at the Mann. They're going to be like, this right here ends it for a lot of people. A lot of people aren't going on to MSG. They're certainly not going out to all the way to Chomper City. Maybe Syracuse is that one. Star Lake. A lot of reasons, man. Huntsville. I just feel like it's going to be, they're still going to be pumping the motor a little bit in Huntsville. Every now and then you might get a nice pop, There you go, guys. That's the summer tour. Boom. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and just everything. We're out of here. Boom.